Well, hello. I've been getting to videos this week. I have been working on decluttering, and looks like tonight could be interesting. We're going to get kind of a freak nasty storm coming. So, they're saying as much as baseball-sized hail, 80-mile-an-hour winds, and fun stuff like that. So, who knows if you'll hear from me tomorrow. I guess it depends on how the storm turns out, and I might not even be able to update you depending on how it turns out. One nice thing if we get any tornadoes with it is in North Dakota, they tend to be smaller. You don't get the mile-wide tornadoes in North Dakota. So hopefully it goes over there somewhere. Not here. But that's what I'm looking forward to. So what have I been doing all week instead of making fountain pen videos? Well, I was actually going to film a video on notebooks, but, they always say to focus on the essential projects and, do the most essential things, and in my life, the essential has been decluttering. And the last 2 weeks, it's just been big time decluttering. I got my garbage cans full already. Trash day is Wednesday and it's only Thursday, but hey, the storm may empty them out for me tonight. Be able to start over. But I learned a couple lessons. One is, as good as you think you are at not accumulating stuff, probably not true. I have been shocked by how much stuff I have hauled out of this house. And, I'm hauling out kind of all at once. It gets hauled in like one little thing at a time. Oh, the beans are on special this week. Let's just buy another bag of them because you'll use them. And canned goods and, just little pieces of equipment. I'm just stunned how much stuff I have hauled into this house. And like I said, you just don't notice it. So I'm looking at it with a couple of philosophies. First of all, one is that I'm moving. I'm not, but I'm pretending like I am. And would I move this? Going through my kitchen, which is what I did today. Would I move this? No, probably not. And I'm with food. If it's not expired or anything, I probably wouldn't move it. I'd give it away, but I'll eat it, so I'm keeping it. But cooking utensils, pots and pans, extra bedding, extra towels, there's just so much stuff that, like they talk about, you should cover your plants when it starts to freeze. When it starts to freeze, it's fall, school has started, I don't really have time to deal with the garden anyway, so let it get zapped. So, just not keeping that stuff. I've actually gotten rid of 2 large items of furniture now. I have a whole bunch of old paint cans that I actually promised myself to get rid of them back before the pandemic. And finally I just said, I'm doing it this summer. And I did. Amazed by how much more room is in my basement. I have a super secret project, a wood project that will pop up in the next couple of weeks once the main part of the decluttering is done. And I'm just working on a couple detail things and just rehoming a few things. I'll work on that woodworking project and you'll get to see it. But yeah, it just so much more space in this house. And finally getting to the kitchen was so much more space. So one of the things I'm realizing is everything needs a home. And I need a container for everything. And if it doesn't fit the container, something's got to go. I have my fountain pen container. It's the set of drawers you've seen on this channel. It's been a while, but you've seen it. When that gets full, that's a sign that we got to get rid of a few fountain pens. I'm glad I bought it. I suppose I could have stuck with my original container, which was a nice leather case that held, 48 pens, I think. I'm north of 48 by quite a lot. But, this gives me a large enough container to have some fun, but not so large. It's nice. It's like a nice living room piece of furniture. Here's my container for my canned food. Here's my container for my dried food. Here's my container for my jarred food. Here's my container for cleaning supplies and so on. I like those canvas drawers. Here's my container for underpants. Here's my container for jeans. My container for dress pants. With the dress pants, I was surprised. I thought I was wearing my last good pair of dress pants at school. Started to go through my container that I keep them in, and holy cow, I got pants in there that are too big for me. I got pants in there that are too small for me. And maybe someday I'd like to be able to fit in the ones that are too small for me, but for now I don't. And I just thought, well, they're pretty worn out, so let's just get rid of them. Because it's not like the Goodwill's going to take them because they're too worn out. Same with the too big. That's what I do with clothes. So what's left now I have folded and stacked, as I've said before, so I can see it all. Because that's another one of my rules. I have to be able to see it. So it has to fit the container. Everything needs to have a place. I don't have that yet, but I'm working on it. So everything will have a place in this house. And flat surfaces like counters, tops of bookshelves, and so on are not for storage. Although I might have to make an exception here because my notebook that I use in this channel doesn't fit in this bookshelf. So it may have to sit on top. But anyway, overall, just everything having a place, everything having a container. The container says, oh, yeah, you have enough. Because you can't fit anymore unless you get rid of something. Not a minimalist. I will never be a minimalist. I've said before I like to think of myself as a smallist. So I want a small amount of stuff. So just right for me. And enough to enjoy, not so much that it overwhelms me. And some people would look at this house the way it was before and just say, that's really not that bad. But it bothers me. I don't... my ideal is like that motel where you go in and there's nothing out. I'll never live in that house. I do stuff. But just having less and having most of my surfaces clear, I think that'll be good enough for me. I hope so, anyway. So, anyway, that's what I've been doing, and that has been my focus. I've been sort of weeding the garden, but not real seriously. I mean, honest to God, my focus has been this decluttering process. And every time I sit down to write out my fountain pen script, I'm just like, but I gotta declutter. But I have made the major pass through my house now. So what's left now is detail stuff. Where shall I keep the checkbook that I hardly ever use except to pay one bill? Because they're so old-fashioned, you can't pay it any other way. Where shall I keep my wallet? Where shall I keep the pens that are in use at the moment? Where shall I keep, the typewriter case for the typewriter I'm using at the moment? Where shall I keep the typewriters? Well, actually, they have a nice home. Where shall I keep the inks? I want them to fit that container back there. And part of me is tempted to just go and chuck. But I'm actually kind of enjoying this process of going through the inks and really focusing on a few bottles and really getting to know them and using them up. And it's such a victory when you're like, yes! Just used up the Omas Gray. So I'm going to continue doing that for a while. Even if it means some of my ink just isn't going to have a home. I got rid of a whole clothes basket because... Do I do laundry? Yes, but that clothes basket made sense until I moved to this house. And it has not made sense in this house. I have a bag for my laundry, and when I bring the dried laundry back upstairs, I just carry it in my arms. Spread it out on the bed and immediately fold it and put it away. So after however many years that I've owned this house... finally got rid of it, and a bunch of crap that was inside of it that I was just putting there. Extension cords, what else did I have? I had a bunch of stuff in it anyway, whatever. But I'm rambling now, so I'll just close by saying if this storm is bad, who knows what the power situation will be tomorrow. I have water, I have food, and I guess we'll talk to you when I talk to you. If it's not bad tonight, hopefully I'll get some exciting footage for YouTube out of this storm. So I know I'm going to be too wound up tonight to put together that hike down in the Black Hills for Pens in Use this week. But hopefully I get a good storm out of it, and that's all I get out of it is a good storm. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I want to thank you for watching. And now that this decluttering project is done, time to focus more on some channel stuff and building this woodworking project, which will be like one afternoon. And again, the detail of going through what's left and thinking, where do you go? So I'll tell you where to go. Some of my students like to say that to me. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.